The Sega Genesis's controllers are very different from the NES's. As you can see here, the NES's controller is square, has regular 2 buttons, start, select, D-pad, all the essential stuff. But here, the D-pad is really different. It feels like an early analog stick, actually. You feel like you have total control over your car, your character, whatever you're controlling. And the start button is conveniently placed right here, although there is no select button. Later controllers, such as the 6-button controller and the 6-button arcade stick, had a mode button, but I'm not really sure what that does. The cool not acrylic, but Sega Genesis logo, A, B, C, 3 buttons on the entire controller that are mandatory for playing regular games. Apparently they're triggers, I don't know, maybe they trigger the character's movements, I don't know. On that note, actually not really, some video game stores have warranty void, like seals. These are extremely frustrating, and you have to peel them off, and even then a lot of stuff is still stuck on the controller, so what's the point of them? For example, if, let's say GameStop, they sell you a used game or something, they put a sticker on it that if you peel off, there's still something left there. And apparently the warranty is broken, but you still have this crappy leftover mark here. So what's the point of it? Get rid of them. The Sega Genesis game cartridge design is another thing. See, here we have Shinobi 3, a very great game, by the way. It is a standard cartridge design. This is the main cartridge design for the Sega Genesis. It usually has the word Genesis over here on the side, Sega, the developer's official Sega seal of approval, and back here a little handle, handy. But oddly, Shaq Fu, yeah, no jokes please. This type of cartridge design was the second type of cartridge design for the Sega Genesis. See, it has a weird yellow handle over here. And, I don't know what it's for. Looks like you can take it off, but for some odd reason I'm afraid to do that because I have a feeling it's gonna break the cartridge. But yeah, it's taller, but not as wide as the other version. Why they made the second version of the cartridge design is beyond me. Anyway. I put these back. So, onto the actual cases. Here we have Beavis and Butthead for the Sega Genesis. This is the usual design of the boxes, or cases you might call them, that usually has this little handy thing here for putting them on racks at a store. Here is usually the rating. Another weird thing is, it was either rated by ESRB or the VRC, and it varies. Anyway, Viacom, basically all the developers and stuff's on here. Official Sega seal of approval, the usual back of the case. But oddly, later in the Genesis's life, it released these cardboard things. Here we have Comic Zone. It is odd with its cardboard slide-off thing. Here's a cartridge. Take it out. And the manual is inconveniently located inside this little pack thing. See here. Here's a manual. It's like, why is it in here? Why can't it just be a regular box? That is beyond me. Overall, the Sega Genesis has a really big place in people's hearts. It has some of the best games of all time, let alone in the 16-bit era. The Sega Genesis is, and will always be the system that almost could, along with the Sega Dreamcast. Sega, you will be remembered, and we all love you. Stop making crappy Sonic games. Peace out. For those who don't already know, my next review will probably be of the Atari 2600. Oh yeah, we're going that far back. Stay tuned.